The holiday season is upon us, and you might be wondering what are some of the best gifts that you could give to the bikers in your life. Stay tuned to find out what to give and what not to give to all the motorcyclists in your life this holiday season. Greetings riders, Nick here with Pegasus Motorcycle Tours Consulting, bringing you a second part gift guide to, this time, the motorcyclists in your life. So the collection of gifts that I have compiled today are best given to the bikers in your life themselves, as opposed to the first part of this video, which was devoted to bikers giving to others. This one is specific for the bikers in your life. Now there's some gifts that are really great to give to bikers, and there are others that are very common to give but are not very good at all. Let me explain. First of all, this is my gift to myself, 2002 Honda Goldwing in this beautiful illusion blue color. As you know, my yellow Goldwing is connected to a sidecar, and when you connect the sidecar to a bike, you really lose a lot of the best performance aspects of that motorcycle. So I missed that bike so much that I had to get myself another one. In fact, this is one of three in the garage at the moment. I also have a 1979 also in blue, which I will be restoring, so stay tuned for that whole episode series. There are certain gifts that are often given to bikers that are really not appropriate, and I say not appropriate because they're expensive and not very useful, or not to the person's taste or liking or needs. So I would highly recommend against giving gifts like helmets, any kind of personal clothing, gear, jackets, boots, gloves. Don't do any of that. The person needs to go to the store, try these things on, walk around for half an hour, make sure they fit like they should. And it's nobody's place, I guess, to dictate what the style should be. And if you give this kind of gift, you typically oblige the person to wear it, to use it, even though it might not fit their needs, because these are expensive gifts, and just to be appreciative, the person might feel the need to actually wear it. And I would not recommend that. They usually miss their mark. So unless you know exactly what the person wants, then sure. But I would really highly recommend it against gifting gear to a biker. What you can do though is certain equipment that the biker would carry on every trip, like I do. And this is equipment that's typically more affordable, more friendly on the wallet, and is very useful. For one, a first aid kit. First aid kit is always going to be useful, even if it's extra items that the person is not going to really carry on any motorcycle trips. They can always customize, and they typically will. And if it's an extra one, it's always good to have one in the car, in the second vehicle, whatever. So a first aid kit that's compact is going to be very useful and appreciated. That same token, another very useful gift nowadays is a phone mount, if that person doesn't have it. My choice for phone mounts is a RAM mount. This is just because it's metal, it lasts a long time. I have mine for over 10 years now, and I really like it, even though they've started to go cheap on us and introduce things that fail. Now, I should also stress that this video, like all of our other videos, and like we're gonna strive to continue to be, is unsupported. It's not sponsored in any way. So any brand that I mentioned here is stuff that I own. Whatever brand you want to buy is up to you, but a phone mount is a useful gift if the person doesn't already have it. And appreciating the fact that we're in COVID time and there's a lot of unemployed or underemployed or financially suffering folks, something that's a little more friendly to the wallet and that's more universal is a battery tender or a charger. This is useful for the car, for anything with the battery, and I have a few, but yeah, whenever the motorcycle is not being used, which is often the case nowadays when people are not commuting as much, then this is a necessity to have the bike connected so that the battery is kept charged. Another very useful gift that's basically like a basic necessity is locks to secure your motorcycle. In Southern California, this is absolutely necessary. I believe San Diego is the capital of the nation for motorcycle theft. So what we have here is one type of lock, and this is a front brake rotor lock. It connects to the brake rotor and it locks the wheels so that it can't roll. And this one is also alarmed, which is kind of nice. So if I lock it, if I activate it, then anyone who tries to sit on the bike or move the bike will activate the alarm, which is at like 32 decibels, very loud, so you'll hear it. Here in Southern California, I know people who have had their motorcycle stolen from their garage while they're sleeping and that kind of thing. It's horrendous stories. So this is very useful, and I use it as well as a chain lock, just to, chain around the wheel, just more deterrence, just like a cover would be, just a deterrent. It doesn't prevent anything per se, but it is a deterrent. So lock is always good. There's a new product that I recently discovered that I really like, and this is, I believe, from Holland. It's It's called Ride-On. It's a balancer and sealant for your tire, kind of like the, I forget what they call it, the green goop. This is similar, but this actually works a lot better, and it balances the tire. That's what it's primarily intended to do. So this can be used in any vehicle, in any tire, and even if the person has already things on inside the tire, this is useful next time they change the tires. So this is about 15, 16 bucks, and it's really, really great. I've used it, and I was literally amazed at how well it balanced the tires, removed all the weights, and just had the tire much more balanced. And it actually does the job. It sealed it. I tried this by poking holes in my tire with different nails, and I'll do that video for sure, because I filmed all of that for you, and it's just incredible. It just seals the tire. There's no blowouts. It's a safety thing. So really, really good gift. Another awesome gift for our community is straps that are specific to this application, that are strong and durable, last a long time. I've had mine rock straps, ROK straps, for over a decade, and they're just impressive quality and how well they hold out. So a pack of rock straps is a great gift, and they're always going to use it, and if they have enough, it's always good to have extra, because sometimes they can fail. Another safety equipment that's highly, highly recommended is a satellite messenger, like the Spot here. This is a very old model, but it still works. Or a Garmin InReach. This is a emergency satellite communication device that can also send text messages back and forth, or just send emails telling you where the person is sleeping at night, that everything's okay. If they need help, they can hit an SOS button. Very, very useful to have, kind of, you know, foolish not to have nowadays when it's available. And if they already have it, maybe you can offer to pay for the subscription, because they do require a monthly or an annual subscription. Great gift to consider. So that's pretty much what I think would be good for the bike. Oh, and one last but not least, very, very great gift. And I've had this for a long time now, and I've used it so many times. This is a battery jumper. So basically, I've used this more times on the side of the road for people that I've encountered than for myself. It's very useful in cold weather climates where the battery deteriorates kind of quickly, and it says it can hold up to 20 jumps per charge. You basically connect it to the battery, and it jumps the car or the motorcycle, and it also is small enough to carry on trips because it acts as a charger for all the electronics equipment. Awesome piece of equipment. I would highly recommend it. 60, 70 bucks. I believe I got this at Costco. No regrets. I've used it 20 times up till now at least. So that's really great. For you and your biker in your life, if they already don't have one, this is a great gift if you think they would be into this kind of thing. This is just a motorcycle Bluetooth communication system, so a Bluetooth device that connects to the motorcycle helmet. These come in 2-packs, so if you're riding with that person often, you can do this together. It's kind of pricey, you know, it's 400 bucks. I like the Senna 10S. There's more current models, but they just allow you to connect with more people, you know, 8 people. And that sounds like a nightmare, to be honest. This allows you to connect with 4 people. It's HD audio, and it's sleek. I like it a lot. I use it for my sidecar business as well, and never had too many problems with it. Again, stressing that this channel is entirely unsponsored by any of these brands, and we're going to continue to strive to be that way. And we have a very important announcement to make in that regard, how to make that happen, how to continue to grow this channel from the ground up, thanks to your support, that I'm going to be announcing closer to New Year. So stay tuned for that. I'm very excited. We have some really interesting kind of industry-breaking ideas that we want to implement that includes all of you as the founders, as the founding, you know, bricks of this awesome channel that's been growing substantially. So stay tuned for that. So a communications device is a great gift to give, although before you invest the money, kind of try to test the water, see if that's something the person would be interested in. Not all bikers really care to be connected. The best part of riding is just to be able to disconnect. So just keep that in mind. Maybe the person in your life doesn't really need any of that. So there's that. I find a lot of bikers also appreciate things like, you know, the GoPro camera. Again, I bought this at Costco, and it comes with a bunch of other things like this packaging and the extra battery and a pole, a holder, whatever. So Costco usually has really, really good deals on stuff like this, like the drone, like the DJI is on sale now. The Air One, I believe, it's on sale at 360 bucks or something, and it comes with an extra battery, that kind of thing. So yeah, bikers like to, you know, document their trip, and it's also a safety issue too if they wear a camera. The drone is useful for trips, of course, and it's very compact, so that kind of thing. Look into the technology. I also really like red tinted lenses. If they don't have red tinted lenses, go ahead and just buy them some. I'm totally against buying things like watches and glasses for people, because I believe that's such a personal taste, you know, and then you're just forcing this person to wear stuff that they don't feel comfortable in. They don't want to wear, you know. I don't like to receive belts and pants and shirts as gifts. I just don't like to be dressed by somebody else, you know. This is different because this is functional. This they're going to use when they're riding and only when they're riding typically. I really like the brand Tifosi because they're meant for bikers and cyclists. The lenses can be replaced with other colors, and I find the red lens to be super useful for us because they amplify certain colors that are just much nicer when you're going at higher speeds, especially at overcast days. I really like red lens glasses that are meant for sporting activities like cycling. So keep that in mind. It's a good gift to give just to expose somebody to it. And this is a really inexpensive model. I found it at a cash register at a cycling shop for 25 bucks. So it's a small investment, and they get to see if that colored lens is something they want to invest more in, because you can spend hundreds of dollars on that. So that's it for the amount of bikes. Now, if you'd like to have a little bit of fun time with your biker, and maybe they could share this fun with their kids, I received this as a gift. It's the coolest thing ever. So it's a Lego motorcycle. It's a V4, and when you put it together, the suspension works, and there's a chain that drives 4 pistons that move all at a separate timing, which is kind of fascinating. So this is really cool. The package also comes with the same stuff that you could use to build a sport style motorcycle, and you know, you can save the instructions and take it down and rebuild it with your kid. Or it's a really cool gift, and it's kind of fascinating, right? So I like that. I also recently received a decanter for wine or whiskey. It looks like a globe, and it comes with 4 glasses, and there's one that looks like a motorcycle. You fill the actual, you know, hand-blown glass motorcycle with the liquid that you're drinking, and it's just kind of neat for a biker. So if you're also into the idea of supporting, you know, your local artist at this time, they definitely need it, then look on places like Etsy. Buy a gift that actually supports these local artists. And speaking of supporting local artists, the founder of this company, alongside with me and my good friend Peng Shi, he is an amazing photographer, an amazing landscape photographer. And the beauty of ADV touring for me is as much about landscapes and the love for nature as it is for the love of motorcycling. And I think the biker in your life is going to agree. So what Peng does, just to give you some idea, is he goes to these most remote mountains and incredibly dramatic landscapes. For example, he visited both sides or 2 sides of Mount Everest just in the last 6 to 7 months. Just set up his camera on a little rail system and spend the next 7 hours just staring at that mountain in complete silence alone, while his camera just slowly moves millimeter by millimeter over the course of those hours and takes stunning photography. And then he comes up with things like this, and it's just incredible. It brings us back to some of the most dramatic landscapes that we remember as ADV riders. And you can pick this piece up from a vendor called Pixel. If you search his name, they'll make it look nice like this. They'll print it and they'll send it protected, and it's just a great gift to give. So you are also supporting a great photographer, one of the best traveled men I've known, who really devotes his whole being, his whole existence into this art. For the longest time, he didn't want to sell his art. I actually forced him into it. I talked him into it. I didn't force him into it. I thought that it should be shared. So you can find his work at the link in the description of this video below. And should you feel the desire to support him and his work, it's just a beautiful gift to give to somebody. And I think very thoughtful. On the same note, if you want to support this channel and this community, I have a bunch of gear that we recently created by popular demand that you can purchase by telling me what you would like to have. And basically most of it is just apparel, like here's a shirt for the ladies in your life. It's cut for the female body, and we have long sleeves, polos, gray, black, white, short sleeve for children as well. We have things like bandanas. I use these bandanas every day just to cover my neck so I'm not burning. That's a really big serious problem for us bikers, and also to cover my face. It's super useful. We have hats, and you've seen this. I wear this stuff all the time on my reviews. We have things like water jugs, And you can see this one took quite a beating. It's aluminum, so it fell off. There's other models as well. We have little mugs that are quite attractive and well done. And this is one way for you to continue to support this channel. Like I say, we strive to be completely independent so that we can bring you honest reviews that are untainted by any kind of favors or expectations or any of that stuff. And again, I have a really interesting idea of how to involve all of you into that and you know, help build this channel or continue to build it from the ground up. So the last year was amazing. So please stay tuned for that exciting announcement closer to New Year's. I think that kind of completes it. If you have any ideas that you think bikers would enjoy, please participate in the conversation. Add that to the conversation below by commenting. I'm also eager to hear. I got a ton of friends that I would like to, you know, surprise with good gifts this holiday season. So the whole purpose of this channel is to share the knowledge. So thank you for being here. Thank you for, supporting local artists and artisans and this channel and this community. And ride safe, stay safe, wear a mask, and until next time, Nick, I'm out.